Hello everybody, welcome back to Language Litigation and Integration Part 138. Nuclear codes to go, please. Just heading out of the White House, about to go hit up the Live Golf Tournament. Might need some secret codes for the nukes. Welcome back everybody to another episode of Language Litigation and Integration, casual conversations type episode. Got some good news going on here in America. Got some current events and talking points. We have relevant and random stories, and we have some tits. I figured, you know what? It's Friday, titties. So I just threw up some titties on the board because, I just like to be fairly professional all the time. So, first story we got today. I'll give you an update on getting harassed by cops as well. It's been pretty fun. I got the public records of the dispatchment interaction that I had. I've inquired about more public records, which they've not gotten back to me. I've been harassed once again. Whew, Deputy Robbins, you're not doing too good, man. It's not going to go well for you, buddy. But first, so we have Trump's Mar Alago raided by the FBI. Everything we've learned. FBI agents executed a search warrant on Monday at Donald Trump's private residence at his Mar Alago resort in Palm Beach, Florida. The raid was reportedly part of an investigation into whether the former president mishandled classified information after leaving the White House. While Trump returned some materials to the National Archives 7 months ago, federal authorities had reportedly grown concerned that Trump and his team weren't being fully forthcoming and had actually returned all of the government property. Trump, who was in New York on Monday, complained in a statement about the unannounced raid and has since railed against the FBI and Department of Justice for their actions, as have many Republicans in Congress. Trump has not made public the warrant the FBI provided for its search. What were the feds looking for? This is according to MSN.com. The agents were looking for evidence related to classified documents that Trump allegedly took to Mar Alago after leaving office. According to the New York Times, several of those documents seized were labeled top secret, the designations which refers to classified information relating to national security or information that requires the most serious level of protection. On Thursday, the Washington Post reported that some of the documents in question involved nuclear weapons. Obviously, that's the big buzzword today, including the title of my episode. But I've read through this whole thing, or most of it. But just what exactly? Again, I just don't know. I just don't know the historical precedent for this. Is he literally taking the two keys and the launch code for USS America off of the coast of Japan? He was going to go to that Live Golf Tournament, and who's the Saudi prince these days? Saudi Arabia prince heading over to Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud. He's just going to go head over to the Live Golf Tournament right after dipping out with some nuclear codes, or they're just like some documents that involve even designs of nuclear weapons. Obviously, like, where are they housing the actual firing pins or the keys or whatever the fuck they actually use in real life would be more serious than just like design of the ship, which would still be very serious. But it's like exactly this is where journalism needs to be extremely fucking precise. What exactly about nuclear weapons did he take? Was it just some reference manual over here, or was it the actual launch keys ready to go, heading over to the Live Golf Tournament? But again, the reaction is obviously very stern. It says in here that Trump said the things about the nuclear weapons was a hoax, meaning again, if it just has some relevance to nuclear weapons, then the woke press is going to play it up like, oh my gosh, he's ready to nuke us. If it was genuinely being incompetent, which is everybody in the government or everybody I've ever met, less serious. But again, you just need to, what exactly? Again, I don't know nuclear weapons protocols, but what exactly happened is still not clear to me. So I'm holding off any serious judgment. Again, I don't know the protocols for when the FBI raids places. I know you can't pay the FBI $10 million for constitutional rights, but if they're out to get you and they want something, then I don't really know what's going on. But it can be a federal crime, obviously. Investigated for Trump and the Democrats, blah, 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 politics don't care. But again, obviously, if the branches are separations of powers, if we're now militarizing the Department of Justice and the FBI for political reasons, obviously that's terrible. Obviously, if they have classified documents, that's terrible. So we just need way more specific reporting on this. But I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Yeah, I'll take some nuclear codes to go, heading on over to the Live Golf Tournament. So see you in a bit. I've met with a lot of famous people, a lot of rich people. They some of the best nuclear codes I've ever seen. There's a lot of celebrities that said it's going to make America great again, make America nuke again. Just some of the greatest nuclear codes we've ever seen. So shout out to Donald Trump. But should warrants be public? I think so, just as a categorical statement of legality. Why not? Why the fuck would if the reason barring pending an ongoing investigation or might affect some other investigation or ongoing crime or investigation. Sorry, I said investigation like 4 times. But if the basis of law of why someone's going to get arrested is they pose a public danger. So why the fuck would the reason for that public danger not be disclosed at any point in time? Doesn't make any sense to me at all. So as a categorical statement of legality, I think all warrants should be public. In the same way, convictions and property sales are public. So, and I really don't know the precedents and law enforcement protocols, but again, it's basically do whatever you want. There are no laws really. And again, I am 0% political, just need way more specifics as to what exactly happened here or what's going on here. And fuck America, I don't care. I just don't care about this place. But yeah, that's the big news. And then we had one of the cronies coming out of the woodworks, baby. Gunman who allegedly tried to get into FBI office is a suspected extremist officials. Ricky Schiffer, the man armed with an AR-15 style rifle and believed by authorities to have tried to break into the FBI's Cincinnati field office Thursday, is a suspected, and I quote, suspected domestic violent extremist, according to law enforcement officials briefed on the probe. Law enforcement is now investigating social media posts apparently linked to the suspect, which called for violence in the days after the FBI search of former President Trump's Mar Alago property, the officials told ABC News. This is also MSNBC or MSN. The unprecedented search of a former president's residence ignited a firestorm among Republicans and Trump supporters and sparked a wave of messages online hinting at potential violence. Law enforcement officials have been monitoring for threats since the raid was conducted. So let's read some of these lovely posts. Where's my screenshot? I screenshotted it this morning. I was all prepared. Oh, here we go. I was all prepared today. I have all my sources pulled up. It says Ricky Schiffer, and this is on some first cousin fucker website. People, this is it. I hope a call to arms comes from someone better qualified, but if not, this is your call to arms from me, the great Ricky Schiffer. Leave work tomorrow. As soon as the gun shop, Army Navy store, pawn shop opens, get whatever you need to be ready for combat. We must not tolerate this one. They have been conditioning us to accept tyranny and think we can't do anything for 2 years. What? Oh, I think it's probably talking about COVID. This time we must respond with force. If you know of any protests or attacks, please post here. Troy Meister responds, are you proposing terrorism? And Ricky Schiffer, the great Ricky Schiffer responds, very important question. No, I am proposing war. Be ready to kill the enemy, not mass shootings where the leftists go, not lighting buses on fire with transsexuals in them. At least he doesn't mind the trannies. At least he doesn't mind the trannies. Not finding not finding people with leftist signs in their yards and beating them up. Violence is not, parentheses, all terrorism. Kill the FBI on sight. That's aggressive. And be ready to take down other active enemies of the people those who try to prevent you from doing it. It's a bold message to be put online, big guy. It didn't go so well. After a couple hours, I believe I read that he tried to break into the building. He had a rifle and he brought a nail gun. And I'm just brainstorming off Reddit. Someone said that they thinks that he watched some video online and thought that like a nail gun is better at breaking bulletproof glass. So again, this guy's bringing in all the IQ points for this one. But yeah, no, this is fucking atrocious, obviously. But again, it's like as a learning experience. He has some values. We leave the trannies alone, but the governmental authority of the retards, that's what we need to go for. But the sentiment comes from the people, and then they just try to impress their group, right? The African tribe, the person, the man or woman that goes hunts the big kill, they're going to bring back and have value to their group. This is the same thing, but obviously just retards. Like, it's not even demented values, so they just don't have any. They get offended, they feel uncomfortable, and now they have to act. And what are they going to do? Reckless shit and threaten people and hurt people. It's just what the fuck these weird fucks do. It's the great Ricky Schiffler is no longer with us. Let's not have a moment of silence for that piece of fucking shit. But yeah, we have just need more on the Mar Alago stuff, just need more direct reporting before I give it to you, just even commentary or opinion, really. It's just too bold, or too bland, too nondescript, and too much reactions from both sides. Again, because does anyone have any values? Absolutely not. So that's what's going on here in Ohio. First cousin fuckers, yeehaw by the Ohio Valley, yins, these hollers and hills, yins. Oh, I know all about that stuff. But back to the regular talking points. I guess I'll talk about my public records. So again, remember, so this is the W. Robbins severance, whatever the fuck, the Gilbert, the chief, super chief that wants respect. So this is time frame. The initial call was at 10:31 and 17 seconds. And they were en route. There was 3 people en route within the same second. It says cleared. So I don't know what that means because it doesn't say on site yet. So it says cleared. I mean, I guess they don't have to go. And then another person was dispatched around 30 seconds later. En route. This is the K96 unit. En route, again, all within 30 seconds. On scene within 30 seconds. So it was dispatched at 2200 hours, 31 minutes, and 17 seconds. On scene at 2200 hours, 31 minutes, and 47 seconds. So the next thing that says status is they ran the registration of the car, which again, we talked about that. That's why I asked who owns the car. It would be my father, Michael Bohus. And then the L, and then at 22:35:39, I have an L, owner 24 code 2203 to shut off, and can't shut off his alarm. And the name for social security number at 2200 hours, 40 minutes, and 33 seconds. Again, it seems to be completely correct with, again, I said documents on the table within 3 minutes, and that seems completely consistent with their report as well. But the name for social security at a solid 9 minutes later, which again, that'd be the first thing you'd ask for is probably the ID, and not just saying, are you drinking beer, smoking weed? What's going on? Who are you? You're not going anywhere. Oh, I've done enough shootings this year, Robbins. And then cleared at 22:50. So that's another 10-minute gap. 10 minutes in my home after proof of ownership on their record. Cleared. And they were all cleared at 2200 hours, 50 minutes, and 47 seconds. So on site within 30 seconds, they didn't leave for 19 minutes. Proof of ownership on their record within 3 minutes, as I stated. Commenting about my cannabis, which is legally prescribed. Commenting about my consuming alcohol in my home at 11 o'clock at night. On the first night I move into my house, and I drink beer, I'm retired. I've been retired for fucking years. What the fuck would you like me to do all day? Solve all of science, done that. Release music, done that. Report on the news, doing that. Or literally right now. But then, so that's, again, atrocious. And then yesterday, 2 days ago, I am standing on my driveway just enjoying the day. The humidity broke here in Columbus, Ohio. It's been pretty pleasant. Mid-70s, low 80s, low humidity, great for walks and hanging outside. Not outside very much. I'm literally just, again, enjoying the day. Met my neighbor Sherry. She's been very friendly. I met Sherry, I met Don. My direct neighbors have been friendly. The adjacent neighbors have been friendly. Again, literally just waving like a neighbor. Like, hey, again, backyards are pretty close to other people. See somebody outside, just wave. Don't need to have an in-depth conversation, just wave like a friendly neighbor. Trying to fit in the neighborhood. So I see the police car coming down again. I remember the first time I said, like, jokingly, like, don't shoot. And he's like, don't stop calling our bosses. Again, asking for public records. And again, this is part 138. Again, my investigative journalism has been documented for 4 straight fucking years. So this isn't just like randomly going to put somebody on blast. And literally yells out the window, stop calling our bosses, asking for public record. We've already covered that. He drives by again 2 days ago. This was definitely Robbins. The older white dude, not the dude with the fucking mustache and the big fucking gut, and not the younger dude. And so he drives by me, and again, I just wave. I don't even say anything this time, I just wave. Again, he's a butthurt 60-year-old because he fucked up. And now he has to assert any authority over me, kind of like the pathetic, worthless fucking baby boomer that the fuck he is. And so I literally just wave as, again, a friendly neighborhood, hey to the cops driving by type of thing. And he literally just stares straight ahead and literally flicks on his lights. Literally, like, the red and blue lights start going on. No sirens, doesn't pull over, but literally, as I wave, flicks on his lights. So unless he got called that exact second, which maybe he did, he could provide those public records. If not, that's another case of fucking harassment. I have done nothing wrong. Within 3 minutes, per your legal authority, and again another cop trying to fucking write words. Their email with this public record was like, per legal authority, we've blocked out like dispatcher codes and people's social security numbers. Fantastic, I just went into records. But per legal authority, cops, when they try to fucking write words, they're retarded. But it says, alerts, 2 per canine, and the first, this is the data, and then it has like the protocol up here, which I'm not gonna read through all the way. But it just has codes for reporting, because I have a security system, obviously didn't have the codes, and the security system was one that dispatches the police. And so I confirmed with my realtor that the old owners did end their service, but it takes like 30 days or something, and this is Vivint, the security system Vivint. And so it says, again, this address needs a 2-man run due to a male 76. And so, again, I thought the people here, again, I didn't meet the people directly, but I thought they were a young family, again, maybe just registered to a co-signee or something. But I didn't, but so they do have, again, when I said they should have some public record, who the fuck lives here. So a security system, and again, I signed over on this house, closed in cash, again, strictly as a saying, I own the house. If I bought it with a mortgage, the bank would own the house and I'd be paying off a loan. They asked me, do I own the house? Yes. And so, if I sign over on July 10th, and this happens on July 28th or 29th, how the fuck is this not the security system's fault? Like, how the fuck? And again, like, ugh, my God. So, yep, I existed, and other people can't do their jobs, and then now I have cops with grudges against me because I asked for public records. I just asked for any shootings because Robbins was literally basically bragging about shootings. Oh, I've done enough of that this year. Well, I'd like to look into that. And it's public record. I'm allowed to go to the library. No, not as long as if you offend somebody and they can assert authority over you, they will. As per legal authorities everybody I've ever met has done. So, get fucked. Clinton Township, you guys are so fucked. And to the federal agent that walked by me 1 minute later and said, and I quote, "You're doing nothing wrong, it's just some local sheriff." I don't fucking care. It needs to stop. It needed to stop 6 going on 7 years ago, and people just don't care because they just don't fucking care. And I've never met a single person in my entire life that cares about anything. So, shout out to Clinton Township. Now back to talking points. So again, that's just the past week of trying to exist and doing nothing wrong besides existing. Privilege is caring about a career. Watched Andrew Bustamante, which is a cool last name, the mix between like Spanish, Italian, and like Turkish or something. He had a little darker skin tone, maybe Bustamante. I don't know. It sounds cool. I like that one. But watched pretty much all of it. Responded in real time. Again, he was a CIA spy. He talks about 3 levels of spy. Code 1 disguises like ball caps and sunglasses, and then like Type 2 disguises where it's like, I don't know, some sort of slight body modifications, cutting your hair, doing something else. And Type 3 where you're like, wearing a zoot suit, a fat suit, some other sort of disguise where it's maybe, some sort of like stilt where you walk 2-3 inches taller type of deal. So something like permanent, maybe not permanent, but just like way more involved, body modifications or attachments or appendages to look differently. But it is one of the funniest things ever. I responded to the thing in real time. But things I've written down: CIA careers were put on hold for 5 years. Oh no, Andrew! I'm gonna be 29 in a month, and my entire life has been put on hold forever, indefinitely. It's never gonna stop. Here's some tits on the board. Those look pretty not that descriptive, but those are some nice tits. That's what I do with my days. I draw tits on my whiteboard and post lectures that get stolen and get watched publicly like twice for like 10 minutes maybe. So, there's some booties. But not 5 years, Andrew. Oh no, buddy. Oh no. You can get a different career. You can leave the CIA, go get a different skill set, and have a new career and be flourishing in 2 to 3 to 5. But nope. We're the great service members of the United States Army. We protect from foreign and domestic. Just like Mark Wahlberg says in Shooter, the haves and the have-nots. There's at least 2 types, foreign and domestic, here and there. Aquí, allí, allí, ahí, donde. But yeah, there's at least 2 types of everything. You wouldn't know. He says again about talking about being watched by the CIA. As someone who's definitely, again, for the people who's just watching this, looking back, it's like I said, I send people a math subject. So the instant people know that I can actually do science faster than like the entire species combined, that instant that comes online, it's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna be checking out that guy. Again, I do science all day. It's not like, again, I don't think people are like watching me for like to protect me. I don't know, probably somebody's probably gonna want to kill me at some point, which is fucking brilliant pussies. But it's mainly because I do science all fucking day. And so we already neglected to record as much science as we could for the first 15 years of Brad's derivation. So we're probably gonna jump in and look at that. So for my specific case, it's a lot easier to say, as I said, it's not like I'm walking around saying, oh, that guy's definitely in this organization. It's just, I send you guys a scientific history, so I'm pretty sure people are around me all the time. And when they tell you they're watching you all the time, they're probably watching you all the time. But in general, I agree, you wouldn't notice. Again, even amongst, I'm not a CIA operative, so spy against spy, there's certain limits to what humans can fucking know without some sort of classified information. Nuclear codes to go, baby. But for my specific case, again, I know what I have done. When I have some bimbo white bitch walk past me and say, we weren't sure if you knew about the aliens when I've been functionally deriving stuff and having interactions since fucking childhood. It's like, you guys can't raise your fucking kids and teach them to count and like stop like having them trying to bust into the fucking FBI buildings. So it's like, we weren't sure. I am sure how stupid everybody else is. So, sent you a math subject, not a math subject, the foundations of ontology for everything. It's like, yeah, the instant that clicks, that's not a fucking joke. It's pretty much, 24/7. And again, I've consented, because I do science. It's not like I'm paranoia. But in general, I agree, you probably wouldn't know. But for me, I know because I know what the fuck I have done. So, but mostly funny seeing again someone, a law enforcement, like, careers were put on hold. My entire life has been put on hold. I've never had a girlfriend. Imagine being a famous musician, scientist, and world famous. I bet you I'd have a girlfriend by now. But again, my starting a family has been put on hold. I wanted to have kids by 25. I've been more mature than everybody by the age of like 15. Knew I was completely stuck by the age of 12. Yep, bummer. 5 years, you live in a world I don't. I don't live in the world of privilege and just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. At your words, not mine. The dude downstairs left at HQ. We can do basically whatever we want to do. Privileged fat fuck. Fucking garbage. I'm gonna look into that. What'd you find? Stupid fuck. You haven't produced anything yet. LOL. So just another quote about someone walking past my apartment at HQ Flats, talking about the alien stuff. You haven't produced anything yet. There are no closed systems. You show me any alien civilization, I would say look up. And if you don't have my capacity to do derivation, it doesn't fucking matter. And if you do, well then you have to have worked at it since you've been forming memories. So, if anyone wants to do live derivation, I'm empirically proving things. I'm responding to sentiment in anything. Just like I watched the PBS, we talk about the PBS animal channels, and they can translate what birds mean. The animals talk to each other. We talk to animals. Do they listen? Sometimes. But all behavior is consolidating, all of it. So it's like, I haven't produced anything yet. It's like I can live stream you showing how you have to contact fucking aliens, but I am proving things based off sentiment. And so, let's see. God bless you. Let's see whose name lasts the longest. I'll take fucking anybody around town. Fucking anybody. So I haven't produced anything yet, except for more empirical proving than anybody in the known universe. And as far as I can tell, man, again, you could be the exact chance. They said chance, random chance. I agree. And trust me, I know because I try to get a girlfriend. I do science the faster than I breathe since I've been a kid. How do I fit into this society? Here's some tits. I don't know. But, there's another quote. You haven't produced anything yet, except for more empirical proving than anybody. So, retard alert, full retard alert. But also on the public records, it said that an alarm drop. So it's another slang for the Clinton Township response, an alarm drop. I said, is that what the kids are saying these days? Your alarm goes off, it's an alarm drop. So it's alarm drop, law enforcement, L6 Christian, K9 unit dispatch, en route. I'll take some nuclear codes to go, please. But alarm drop, I guess that's what the kids are saying these days. Musk sells $6.9 billion in Tesla shares. Nice. Haven't had much economics talking points popping out. Still watching CNBC all day, watching financial podcasts. Just haven't done a finance one in a while because haven't had enough shit to talk about. But nice. Ben Shapiro says the U.S. is the greatest country on the face of the planet. No, I can't even sit on my driveway without some butthurt 60-year-old that fucking harassed me, disrespected me, and intimidated in my house after I'd made a lecture series about being disrespected, intimidated, and harassed, and tortured, and neglected on Part 138. Now, and I still can't go to court, I still can't go to school, I still can't access healthcare. My neighbor Sherry's nice, my neighbors are nice, so that's a plus. That's a plus. The greatest country on earth, yep, I can't pay $10 million to stop getting fucking tortured. Tortured. Literally tortured. I'm not allowed to interact with the human species in any direct way at all. They just steal my research, take it back to the group, and then huddle amongst themselves and say, oh, we're great people, let's go raise our kids. Yeah, the U.S. is the greatest country on the planet, face of the planet. Greatest, define that for me, Ben. Greatest. As long as you're privileged and fit in, and God, these older videos are so funny. He's the every bit of fucking pathetic fuck that is every bit of the shit behavior I'm criticizing. And I'll watch like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson. What happened to masculinity? Where did the man crisis go? And we got benzoed out Jordan, who almost killed himself because he doesn't know how to fucking behave. And we have Ben, who's just so privileged he can't take his yarmulke off for 3 seconds to learn about history. And they're going to teach us how to be a man. And you go back and watch Ben's old video, and it's like, oh my gosh, Piers Morgan, facts and logic, so much facts and logic. And this like extremely emphatic, retarded, just pathetic tone. Oh, well, you have to respect me, I'm a beta male in your society. Jews, traditional values, conservatism, so well. Oh, Tommy Sowell should do it, be the president, but he's 91, so I want someone with traditional values like my yarmulke, but I don't even know what the Torah is because it's like the first words, but it's about an old scientist, but we can't accept history because that would require us to change. No, the values, traditional values of lying about history, facilitating war and death, teaching our kids on stolen property and land. That is American values. It really, really fucking is. So, yes, you got me there. You got me on that one. Streaming versus cable. Long-term future, medium, and short. I don't know, maybe kind of like a finance talking point, but what do I think about cable TV versus streaming? My Spectrum app does work now. I got my 2 TVs installed and mounted on the wall yesterday, so my house is basically fully functional now. Not gonna give you another tour, it's the same thing with 2 more TVs up. But, so again, I was not having a good time with Spectrum because I couldn't change the fucking channel, which just seems pretty basic, rudimentary functionality of watching TVs, being able to change the fucking channel. But it works fine on my new TVs, just streaming it off the apps on the smart TVs. So I mean, I guess it's the Xbox Series X Quick Resume. Because when I try to do Quick Resume, you can change between gameplay settings so fast. And every time I click on Halo and I try to go from multiplayer to campaign or TV to multiplayer, and I need to fucking restart my Xbox 4 times for it to load. So maybe the Quick Resume is not working so quickly. And then it fucked up the Spectrum app. So Spectrum app is working on my TV, so that's pretty good. But streaming versus cable, again, the only real reason I like cable at all is because I just like the live news, but I pretty much have that on streaming. So I think streaming is going to take over cable even in the medium to short term, meaning predominantly in the next 2 to 5 years, if not like all sooner than that. But I like cable intuitively as a consumer. I absolutely like cable. Certainly, again, I feel I'd rather be naked in front of a room of people than not have an internet connection. But cable specifically, I like it, but it doesn't really, when I sit down and say what's the objective functionality that's differentiated that I need this as opposed to just streaming. It's like just like local news, but you can get that on the streaming shit, but I just like that on the cable channels. So that's just me being an educated consumer, but still being an ape on a rock, just doing stuff that maybe I might not do soon. So I think streaming will take over cable, even medium, short term, and long term. And the final talking point, I watched this on the Rick Beato channel. The average creator career is 5 to 7 years on YouTube. Why? Typically because channels are built for a specific type of content, and they kind of run out of things to do. And once you make enough money and your videos are doing well, you have a consistent stream of income. It's like the constant drive to make new YouTube channels or new YouTube videos. And that's something that everybody talks about. But Luckily for me, I do science faster than I breathe, so it's not like I would ever run out of content to make. And I built my channel out with all of my 43 subscribers. Shout out to those people. Is that like I just basically can talk about anything that I do. So it's like I build out my channel, and again, I'm going to make this an entire website where you have an app on your phone. You can subscribe to any type of content you want. But for the average person, again, I just think it's they build their channels too narrowly, and they have to have some sort of expertise. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to have some sort of niche. Why would somebody listen to you as somebody else? You just have to do stuff. I do something and I become an expert at it instantly. So, not instantly. I totally take that back. Like guitar playing, music playing, like logical inference, analysis, research, talking, and discussion. That stuff instantly. But like mechanical, lifting weights, learning instruments, that to me, it's like everybody else. Like I told you, it literally took me probably about 3 months to confidently fret a note on guitar. I think I can play the guitar pretty well now. But I think the average content creator is 5 to 7 years because of narrow channels, the comeuppance. Well, I guess once you make some money, you have a career in just a backdrop. Again, when you're first getting subscribers, I couldn't imagine getting 1,000 subscribers. When you get like 10,000 or 20,000 or 100,000, you're motivated to keep putting out content. And then once you kind of plateau with, again, how big your audience is growing and how much videos you're putting out, your motivation to make new ones will probably dwindle as well. And so conversely, where I have no subscribers, I just like to make the shit, and I do know everyone watches my shit. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm still a YouTuber that has 43 subscribers. It still fucking sucks. I don't have a career and a girlfriend because of this shit. There's nothing I can do with federal agents walking past me every fucking day. But I think in general, I just think it's narrow channels, just average lifespan of motivation for making new content. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting fact. But again, like we talked about, like the book Scale that I referenced in this that I did not read, but I bought it, and just talking about however there's a natural limit to everything, just like the 4 billion, 5 billion, 6 billion, the heartbeat limit, whatever, and the same sort of patterns with business cycles over hundreds of years and whatnot. Same type of thing again. The overall large-scale trend of what's going on, human behavior is consolidating, and nutrition, diet, exercise, values, which is still at zero, but just any way people behave is going to become a lot more similar. The more similar something is, the more predictable it is, the more readily a pattern emerges. So that's really just some sort of transient effect of that. So, another wonderful, I thought this was a pretty fun episode. But I told you, proof of ownership within 3 minutes, and then comments, disrespect, intimidation, harassment, and now they're driving past my house, Deputy Robbins, flicking his lights, and again, maybe got a call, seriously, if I literally waved like a friendly neighbor, just saying like, hey, literally. And then the other time, yelling out the window, don't ask our bosses for public records, is harassment in the most legit, direct sense fucking possible. So again, if you want to keep harassing me, man, it's another case, and it's at my current rate, with whatever I don't settle with world governments for stealing, again, the foundations of science is worth. Whatever that's worth for a couple weeks. So, hope you got that checked, officer, butt fucking dick sucker, Robbins. So thank you for watching Language, Litigation, and Integration, Part 138. Nuclear codes to go, please. See you next time. Catch you at the Live Golf Tournament. See you soon.